What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including CM Punk removed from AEW Collision, Punk goes on a huge rant, rest in peace a WWE legend, WWE falsely advertised Roman Reigns, an AEW star injured, and much more. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Anarchy in the Arena. A Dynamite featured some well-executed build-ups to Double or Nothing, with the war between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite standing out as the best. Having the BCC beat the Young Bucks in the parking lot and beating Kenny Omega down late just showed the heels' ruthlessness, setting things up perfectly for the babyfaces to call out for an Anarchy in the Arena match once the odds were evened. Number 2, a Righteous Reunion. The return of Hangman Adam Page was a good example of how to have a wrestler sell a horrific beating by staying off TV for some time then returning at the opportune moment. Far too often, wrestlers suffer hellacious beatdowns only to bounce back the next week with nary a scratch. Of course, Page's return was just part of the story, as his long-awaited reunion with his friends in the Elite was the perfect way to even the odds against the Blackpool Combat Club. Number 3, Wardlow vs Christian ladder match set up. Arn Anderson really rounds out Wardlow's act in two ways, helping hide the big man's deficiencies on the microphone while providing the veteran career guidance he needs. While Wardlow isn't a rookie, a review of his career shows he's been a follower for much of his AEW run, and it's clear he still needs guidance. Thankfully, he couldn't have a better advisor than Arn Anderson, who is helping Wardlow develop an edge that makes the powerhouse even more powerful. Number 4, Tony Khan announces Collision. AEW's president kept things short and sweet, announcing AEW's new Saturday night show along with its upcoming tour dates. Critics are always finding something to snark about when it comes to Tony Khan, but they can't say he hogs TV time with meaningless appearances or that he tries to inject himself into shows. Number 5, Fighting Fire with Fire. Adam Cole gave Chris Jericho a much-deserved taste of his own medicine when he attacked Le Champion during his Falls Count Anywhere bout against Roderick Strong. Cole showed he's not going to let Jericho's cowardly restraining order keep him from exacting revenge, and he showed he's willing to fight fire with fire by playing the numbers game regardless of whether he's a babyface or a heel. And good pay-per-view hype. Some good pay-per-view hype last night, and judging from the tepid ticket sales for Double or Nothing, AEW may realize it needs to up the ante for its 27th May pay-per-view. Whatever the case, Dynamite provided plenty of reasons to get AEW fans interested in the show, whether it's the top feuds, undercard programs, or gimmick matches like that ladder match and the popular Anarchy in the Arena event. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, too many squashes. AEW featured too many squash matches when you consider the promotion has a pay-per-view in 10 days. Yes, squash matches have their purpose, but what purpose did they serve last night? Everyone knows Sammy Guevara is an ace and that he can quickly dispense with enhancement talent. However, they also know things will be much different when he squares off in the 4 Pillars match. As for Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, they make a good team, but their competition might as well have been enhancement talent and the bad element from last night's show. Number 2, Big Bill needs to be revamped. And speaking of enhancement talent, let's hope AEW's upcoming Collision show creates an opportunity for Big Bill to do something besides count the lights or stand by while his tag team partner counts them. William Morrissey is only 36 and he's shown he's conquered his personal demons, and more that can be said for at least one featured player in AEW. The big man deserves a chance doing more, and a makeover could help AEW create a new star. And number 3, do we really need Karen Jarrett? Does AEW really need Karen Jarrett? AEW is already testing its fans' patience by giving veteran Jeff Jarrett the spotlight against current AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR, but adding his wife to the act seems like way too much. Jarrett and tag team partner Jay Lethal already have Satnam Singh in their corner. Apparently AEW is taking a quantity over quality approach when it comes to the FTR's current challengers, a questionable strategy at best. There's nothing downright ugly. It was a good show that didn't deliver the usual array of amazing matches, but still provided plenty of entertainment with action-packed segments. But what do you guys think of Dynamite this week? Let us know in the comments down below. But now, before we move into the news, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Our first story looks at more CM Punk drama. Atop of today's news are reports concerning CM Punk following the announcement of AEW's new Saturday night show Collision. and we look at Punk's latest alleged antics and whether he's working the fans or AEW itself. Firstly, are AEW and Punk on the outs again? As trouble in paradise as AEW and CM Punk may be on the outs. Just when it looked like CM Punk was returning to AEW, reports have emerged that the straight-edge superstar may be at odds with AEW. Fightful Selectors reporting was told that there was a meeting this week between AEW and Punk, and it was extended to Punk that Steele would have the ability to be with the company and work directly with Punk. However, it was made clear that Steele would not be able to be at AEW television. We've learned specifically how Punk reacted to this outside of him not being in agreement with it. This appears to have led Punk's name and likeness being removed from promotional materials for Collision at the recent TV upfronts where networks and cable stations woo advertisers with upcoming programming. Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio, MJF was put on the poster in the position that Punk was going to be in, so that was to fill out the poster and the rest of the people are in the positions that they were supposed to be. Is AEW working the fans though? Well, our next story may prove some insight, as next up Warner Bros. Discovery responds. Now the question of whether AEW and Punk are collaborating to work the fans has crossed fans' minds. However, is Warner Bros. Discovery participating in some sort of con? WBD issued a statement that CM Punk is not affiliated with TNT's AEW Collision. Now, some fans see this official statement as proof there is trouble brewing again between Punk and AEW. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, CM Punk roasts Bryan Alvarez. Now, in the meantime, CM Punk is taking time from his hectic social media schedule to target Figure 4 Online's Bryan Alvarez. Punk roasted Bryan with this message saying, "Look everyone, Bryan Alvarez doesn't like it when misinformed internet trolls make up rumors about him, so please stop making up rumors and stories for clicks while Bryan makes up rumors and stories for clicks, okay? He's married for God's sakes. By God, that man has a family. Bryan Alvarez, shut the F up and stop talking about me challenge day one." In addition, Punk posted a screenshot from what is apparently an email from Bryan Alvarez that is said to be years old, where Alvarez denies having an issue with Punk stemming from the former WWE champion dating Maria. But Punk wasn't finished, no. He also added, "Friendly reminder, I haven't been on TV in 9 months and y'all still just can't stop talking about me. Maybe stop, you'll feel better. Love, hate, it's all the same. I don't enjoy being the sole person that props up entire misinformed clickbait industry based on toxic gossip from lying sources, but what can you do? When you're the king, it comes with the crown." It's worth mentioning that although Punk has been absent from TV, he hasn't kept quiet on social media, repeatedly stirring the pot as only he can. Next up, a rest in peace WWE legend. Now, the wrestling world is mourning today following the news of superstar Billy Graham's passing. Graham, aka Will Coleman, changed the wrestling industry with his dazzling outfits and jaw-dropping physique, not to mention promos that had fans hanging on to his every word. He was immensely over, even when he worked as a heel as the WWF champion, a reign that lasted nearly 10 months, something unheard of for a heel champion during Vince McMahon Sr.'s control of WWF at the time. The superstar inspired many wrestlers with his physique and tie-dye outfits, including Hulk Hogan and Jesse the Body Ventura. Sadly, his steroid use exacted a heavy price from him, leading to future health problems. He passed away on 17th May 2023 after complications from chronic health problems. We send our heartfelt condolences to superstar Billy Graham's friends, family, and many fans. Next up, WWE's Raw Women's Hierarchy revealed. It's time to look at a leaked document obtained by PW Insider claiming to show WWE's rankings for its babyfaces and heels on the Raw Women's roster. According to the report, the babyfaces are ranked as follows. Number 1 being Becky Lynch, then Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Dana Brooke, and as for heels, the top being Rhea Ripley, Trish Stratus, Piper Niven, Nikki Cross, Zoe Stark, Xia Li, and Emma. The report also lists Kaden Carter and Katana Chance as a babyface tag team, while the Red Brand's heel teams consist of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. What do you guys think of these rankings though? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up is Jamie Hayter injured. AEW announced that AEW's Women's Champion was being pulled from the trios match involving her, Dr. Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida against the Outcasts, leading to confusion. As Cage Side Seats noted, this news is peculiar timing. Even though Hayter had been selling storyline damage to her shoulder, there were no reports that it was to cover for a real injury. Less than 24 hours ago, Hayter was rearing to put up a beatdown on the Outcasts. Wrestling's work nature makes it problematic for fans to tell whether a wrestler is actually injured or kayfabing an injury for a storyline. In Hayter's case, it could be something minor that AEW wants Hayter to miss a match or two in order to be ready for its upcoming pay-per-view. And finally, did WWE falsely advertise Roman Reigns? Last but not least, did the WWE promise fans in Fayetteville a match they knew they wouldn't be getting, in this case an appearance by Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns? According to Fightful Select, Roman was advertised for the show but won't be appearing. The Patreon site reached out to the WWE, which replied, incorrect promotional material was released that advertised Roman Reigns in Fayetteville this Saturday, May 20th. Roman Reigns will not be in Fayetteville. Refunds will be available at point of purchase until 7:30 Eastern Time the day of the event. Hopefully fans looking for a rare chance to watch Reigns at a live event get the news before going to the show. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.